Hello, Bliss readers. That's very natural hello, isn't it? It's LouiseRennison here. Well, I shouldn't do this actually. My parents begged me not to, but she's a real person because she's actually based on me and my life. So she couldn't really be more real to me. She's very similar. I mean, people ask me, well, actually people say with some astonishment, surely you never went to a party dressed as a stuffed olive. But sadly, I did. And I can just, if I can just give a piece of advice here, never do it. It's stupid. You think it's very funny in your own bedroom, and then you try to get out of your bedroom and you can't, because of this olive business. And then you go to the party and everybody ignores you. First of all, they laugh, and then they ignore you. It's funny, isn't it? Because I feel like I don't really know. I feel like that was me at that stage, and I didn't have a clue. You know, in my latest book, I found myself writing, you know, I've got a boyfriend now. What am I supposed to do with him day after day? What do you do? Nobody's told me. I said I was only born about 5 minutes ago. I've only just learned that you've got to go to school every day. And now people are asking you like big questions about what you're going to be. I don't know. I've only just learned to put my shoes on.
What were your dreams and aspirations when you were a teenager?
It's very, very shaming. I honestly don't. I just wanted to have fun and freedom and be with my mates. It's superficial as that, I think, really. But I somehow imagined, I don't know where I thought the money had come from. I don't know where I thought I'd live, you know. But it was, I think it started when I was really little, and I had this idea that I was being filmed, much like now actually, all the time, which was a bit of an embarrassment when I went to the loo, because I'd try to sort of sneak my knickers down so the camera couldn't actually see anything. Oh no, it's so pathetic. How many embarrassing things, just, I think one of the most embarrassing things, it was always to do with body. I had a younger sister, she won't thank me for saying this, and when she was really little, I loved her. I mean, you know, she's a real big gift to me, but I didn't realise what younger sisters are like, and that they just, you know, they just go, blah, blah. And especially around the sex god, and I was out with her, I was pushing her in a pushchair, and she'd got all her fancy dress stuff on, and she was going, I am the queen, oh, I am the queen. Rubbish, you know, madness. And the sex god just came up unexpectedly, so my brain fell out going, and she was going, I'm the queen, and he bent down and he said to her, oh, are you the queen? And she said, yes, and my sister did a big poo this morning. She actually said I'd done a big poo, and you can't say, no, I didn't, because you're still talking about poo to a sex god. So I think sisters and, you know, people who talk about embarrassing bodily functions. I know how my friends describe me as a teenager because I still know most of the people I went to school with. I had an idea that I was a kind of sophisticated person, and they went, oh, no, not really. I think they definitely thought I was a bit on the wildish side, but not in a particularly interesting way, just in a really dim way. Like, I remember thinking, oh, why am I always picked on? It's always me that gets caught. And one of my mates said, do you know why it was always you? It's because there's a bit in the first book which is true as well, I bleached a bit of my hair at the front, but my mum wouldn't let me have any proper bleach, unreasonably enough. I mean, I was 13 at the time. So I used Domestos, you know, like the toilet bleach stuff, and I just put it on and on and on. So it did actually go kind of a bit yellow, but I looked like a badger. So everybody, you know, the teachers could see me for miles across the playground. If I was going to bunk off school or do something naughty, they would notice the badger scampering off. This is about, because I was at an all-girls school and we had one male teacher who had the double comedy value of being both male and German. Home, exhausted from laughing, my ribs hurt. Slim, that was our headmistress, she was 25 stone, has made me be on cloakroom duty for the next term, but I don't care, it was worth it. Here's what happened. It was during double physics, and it was just one of those afternoons when you can't stop laughing and you feel a bit hysterical. For most of the lesson, I'd been yelling, "Jawohl, Herr Kommandant," and clicking my heels together every time Herr Kammerer asked if we understood what he'd been explaining. We were doing the molecular structure of atoms and how they vibrate. Herr Kammerer was illustrating his point with the aid of some billiard balls on a tea towel on his desk. He was giving me the giggles anyway, and then I put my hand up because I'd thought of a good joke. I used to put my hand up with a finger pointing forward like in who ate all the pies at football matches. And when Herr Kammerer said, "Yes," I said, "Herr Kammerer, what part does the tea towel play in the molecular structure of atoms?" And that is when Herr Kammerer made his fateful mistake. He said, "Ah, ach no, I merely use the tea towel to keep my balls still." It was pandemonium. I could not stop laughing. You know when you really, really should stop laughing because you'll get into dreadful trouble if you don't, but you still can't stop? Well, I had that. I had to be practically carried to Slim's office.